Yo, homies, as always, man, listen, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Hope that you guys are having a dope day. Always remember to keep your head up because through every dark night, there's a brighter day that follows right after that. Okay, homies, so what we're going to be talking about today is how to incorporate this freaking godly mod, which is Rolling Guard, into your playstyle at high level gameplay. So I promised you guys that I would show you with my new Rhino build, which the Rhino build I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit later in the video. Throughout this part, I'm going to be slowing down different instances to let you guys see how it is that I'm reacting with my Iron Skin going away and then activating Rolling Guard to go back into Iron Skin to where I don't need any help or anything like that. You guys know one thing with me, man. I don't like to feel like it's only one way to play. It's different builds that you can come up with to really get the same result, if not better, dependent on your playstyle, all right? Now, I won't lie to you guys. This playstyle is definitely set and catered more so towards the higher level players in the game. The players that have really good reaction time, the players who are great with watching their timers and their countdowns, just so they can activate this. Now, the thing is, if you're one of those players that do bullet jump, roll, and then into a slide, you're going to need to kind of slow down on that playstyle because you don't want to just roll for no apparent reason, because you're going to need to activate Rolling Guard at certain points to when you're in danger to save yourself and get you out of so many different instances and different tough situations. The mod is freaking amazing if you know how to set it up correctly, right? Now, one thing I want to show you guys is at this moment right here, pay attention. You'll see my Iron Skin, I only have 5 left on it, right? 5 Iron Skin left. So pay attention. As soon as I lose it, you're going to see that I roll, get the invincibility, and then go straight back into Iron Skin without taking any damage. I don't need any help mods, any survivability. Your new survivability mod is going to be Rolling Guard back into Iron Skin because it fits this frame so incredibly well. And as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing, there's no reason for you to actually die as long as you're paying attention. Now, one thing that I do love about this mod that a lot of people aren't paying attention to is the fact that this mod, unlike other defensive mods out there, this mod actually deals with you going up against high level enemies, because the only way to really challenge high level enemies is with invincibility, because taking a portion of damage is going to come to a point to where those enemies can completely one-shot you with just a bullet because their damage scale is so high. So invincibility is the perfect balance on how to keep up with these frames. It is crazy. So one thing that I noticed is you can always get yourself out of a tight situation with Rolling Guard. If you want to take off Iron Skin, all you have to do is roll inside of a nullifier bubble. You can kill the nullifier at the same time while being invincible, and you remove Iron Skin, and then you can just flip back out, reactivate Iron Skin, and you're good. It's so many different varieties on how you can play the build to your playstyle that is just completely insane. You still have, even while Rolling Guard is on cooldown, you still have the 75% damage reduction up on roll, so that means that your Iron Skin will then even take less damage as long as you roll through the damage. So when I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is the downside? Yeah, Rio, tell us the downside. I really can't find a downside to it. The only downside I could say, if I could find one, is the fact if that you're not a reactionary player. That's the only thing I can think of to really tell you guys. Now, going up against Corpus, it is freaking amazing. Going up against the Void, it's freaking amazing. And going up against Grenier, it's even stronger because you don't have to worry about many things, because Grenier shoot a lot of rockets, and Rolling Guard, or just rolling period, is fantastic against rockets, right? Now, right here, I want you guys to see as what I'm going to do. I backflip, because if you backflip, you can activate Rolling Guard as well to drop the freaking health plate, because I hate the health plates in here. I hate the new gear wheel. And right here, you're going to notice I got one left. Instant roll to get Rolling Guard activated, and then go right back into it. It is just a play style thing that you're doing, and it is nothing difficult about it once you get used to it. Now, a lot of people were telling me about adaptation, and I looked at adaptation. You can put them together, but when I looked at adaptation, it just didn't fit my playstyle per se, especially for the long endurance runs that I do. You want something that's going to deal with enemy scaling, which is just completely ridiculante in this game, because Warframe was like, just slap some damage on them. It doesn't make any difference. Just slap the damage. It doesn't make sense. You know, and they just let the enemies go completely crazy. Now, if you guys remember, I did make a video on how to expand your build. Like I said, if you take away the health mods and the shield mods, those mods literally lock down potential for you in your build to how you can actually be better for longer, higher level runs. Now, if you don't do longer, higher level runs, I'm kind of really not talking to you, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, those mods kind of hinder your playstyle because most of all, the enemies in the game aren't really difficult enough to the point to where you need health mods and shield mods to really save you. It just kind of sets around the type of player that you are. Now, one thing I do want to tell you guys is that Rhino takes perfect advantage of rolling guard, because remember, once you roll, you become invincible for 3 seconds and it removes all status proc from you. You can get the mod from arbitrations. That is where you're going to get it. But the thing is, what makes it so great is because once Rhino is invincible, Rhino always had that moment in between recasting Iron Skin. There was a chance of him to die right there. So what you do now is that you now remove that option of you being able to die in between recasting Iron Skin. And you can save Iron Skin a lot more. You can even prolong Iron Skin for being on. So when there's enemies shooting at you at higher level and you have your Iron Skin on, you can roll a lot with having that Iron Skin on to reduce the damage that you're actually taking, so you can ignore these enemies from your Iron Skin even taking damage in the first place. So it's a way for you to prolong Iron Skin to actually being on. The mod is really out there. It's a very strong mod. The thing is, there's nothing OP about it because it's based on just players' reaction on how players play. And most players don't play to the potential to how they're going to take advantage of rolling guard in the first place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just like the playstyle to where they press the button, they don't have to move or do much, and then it's just there. But this one, it's a playstyle mod. You have to play a certain type of way to really take full advantage of it. And I kind of love it because it really sticks out and it changes everything around the game for you. And it gives you the scaling that you definitely need to keep up with the OP freaking enemies in Warframe, because the enemies are just completely like, shut up. And I'm like, okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now you got to take it. You can't say nothing back. You got slapped in the mouth. I'm just saying. All right, so let me get ready to show you guys my Rhino Prime build. This is going to be a 3-former Rhino Prime build. One thing with me is that I do not like the overformer, guys, right? Now, I know a lot of people like the overformer and put all these Umbra mods on Rhino to feel like He-Man. But the thing is with me, they do all that just to go 10 minutes, which makes no sense. Rolling guard is going to be the staple on this build because this is a Rhino Roar build. But with having rolling guard on, it gives you the survivability of an Iron Skin build. So you have 2 builds in one with rolling guard with extremely high survivability and high DPS freaking damage from Roar to how you can buff yourself to do tremendous amount of damage with any weapon it is that you're doing. And that's the crazy part about it. So if you guys look, I put a, now listen, rolling guard, you guys know I don't like to max out mods too much, but I had to max out rolling guard because it is that amazing, right? So if you look at this build, it's mainly over having power strength. Like when I say over having, I mean you just put as much power strength on as possible with duration, and you're gonna have rolling guard on, which balances out the complete build of having the survivability of everything else that you need, which makes it just completely fantastic, right? Now listen, like I said, every build is catered to a certain type of player. So if this build doesn't fit you, you know you're gonna have those people that's like, why use this build when I gotta actually try when I can just do blank 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 blank. I know that there's players out there like that, so the build's not for you, fam. Have several seats, okay? Now, like, the thing that I'm saying about this build is that it is fantastic for scaling. I literally had no issue playing high-level runs with Rhino. It is probably the easiest thing that you can actually do with this setup. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know, what Rolling Guard does for Rhino is that it gives him that moment of feeling like Nidus. You know how Nidus's passive has it to where when you get killed, you don't actually die if you have enough stacks, you just lose stacks. That's how you play Rhino at this current level. It's completely insane. If you guys want a timestamp to where I start talking about this, it's completely insane how you can play him at that Nidus level. So what you actually do is that once you lose Iron Skin, if you look at it, those would be your stacks. So once you lose Iron Skin, boom, Iron Skin is gone. You instantly roll to get that invincibility period like Nidus. Not as much. Nidus got 5 seconds. Rolling Guard has 3, but this does remove status procs. And then you go right back into Iron Skin. There is no reason for you on that 7-second cooldown of rolling guard to not be able to survive. If you're having problems surviving, it's not the mod, it's you. If you're telling me that you can't survive for 7 seconds, really, fam? Really? He dead, Rio. Pick him up. I don't pick people up. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So you got to really pay attention to something like that. It's a playstyle mod that fits everybody playstyle if they play in that type of way. So like I say, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like I said, we're going to keep the unique builds coming, outside the box build. You know what I mean? So the thing is with these builds, expand your builds. Don't go the same way on how to play the game every single time. Think outside the box. A lot of people were just throwing this mod away, saying it's not good. And I'm just looking at them like, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? Rio, he said the mod sucks. Listen, bro, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Words are difficult. Okay, so I love you guys. Have a dope day. If you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up. And listen, thank you guys so much for yesterday, for checking out my Jump Force video. If you guys have not seen it, check out the video from yesterday. It did so well. I'm so thankful for my community. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you guys for supporting me so much. Follow me over on Twitch and check out my Discord if you guys want people to do endgame runs with. You guys are amazing, and have a dope day. Hey, Rio. Yo, what's up? You built like a box of Cheerios. Bro, why do you always have something to say to me? Bro, shut up and roll up out my face since you like rolling guards so much, because, bro, these hands, they come quick. Watch yourself. I'm telling you right now, don't upload another video. I'm probably going to upload tomorrow. I said, don't upload another video.